Hello and welcome everyone. I'm your host and speaker Harikrishna Rao Bezavada, and I'm working as a senior BI engineer for Infometry Inc. since last 9 years. Thank you for taking the time to join us today as we talk about best practices in Tableau implementation. Feel free to drop questions on the topic or share your struggles and experiences during the live session. We will answer your queries through chat. So without any further ado, let's start the session. This session is organized by Infometry Inc. We are a pure play data analytics company based out of Fremont, California, with our offshore development center in Bangalore, India. We came into inception back in 2010, and since then, we have been offering domain-specific analytics solutions for high-tech, energy, life sciences, retail, manufacturing, and finance customers. Infometry has been an engineering and consulting services partner for companies like Informatica, Matillion, Snowflake, Tableau, Adaptive Insights, Looker, etc. In addition to the services, we have also developed more than 15 cloud connectors for Informatica Intelligence Cloud Services platform. The one mentioned under blue blocks are developed and owned by us, and the rest of all developed by us only for organizations like Informatica, Talidus, etc. We have developed state-of-the-art analytics solution called Infofiscus, which can be hooked to any on-prem or cloud CRM, ERP, or planning apps. Infofiscus is 100% cloud-based pre-built analytics software developed using open architecture. Infofiscus comes in 3 different flavors called finance, supply chain, sales, and marketing analytics. That's our quick introduction, and now let's move to our today's agenda. Today we are going to talk about Tableau implementation best practices, which are followed by industry experts while they are providing Tableau solutions for organizations across the world. Out of that, the very first one is a dashboard layout. This is a very important one when we give a Tableau solution to any of the organization. So while we develop a dashboard, we have to keep in mind certain things which are very important to give a best solution to the customers. As we have a standard practice, every dashboard page should have a 4 views in it and their respective KPIs along with filters as well. In some cases, based on the customer's request or a business user's request, we may extend this to 6 views maximum. This is not suggested by only us. Even the Tableau themselves is suggesting to maintain this as a standard practice irrespective of any of the organizations who are giving the Tableau solution. For example, I have given 2 steering wheels of a car. If you see on the left hand one is a normal car steering, which is easily understandable by any of the user who is able to drive a car. It has a very minimal buttons in it, and that will give a better approach to the user, or give a better interface to the user can easily handle a car. And then when it comes to the right side one, it's a Formula 1 racing steering wheel. It has so many options in it. While you see that it has a lot of buttons, gauges, and screen, everything in it. So if a normal car user try to use the steering wheel in a Formula 1 car, that guy needs to go and take a certain practices and training from the manufacturer. So we cannot put our user or our business managers in that kind of a situation while they are using our dashboard. That's why we have to give a solution which will have a very minimal options in the dashboard, so that that will be easily consumable by our business user. If I give a lot of information or a lot of KPIs, numbers, everything in one single dashboard, that's very hard to understand what they are looking into. Even though they know about their numbers, that won't give a better analysis capabilities to the users. That's why we highly recommend to give a very minimal information in the dashboard, so that it will be easily understand by the business users. That will be easily consumable by any person who knows about their business across the board in the organization. In this session, the second one is going to be performance. The performance is a major factor while we give a Tableau solution. Here, if you see, nobody wants to use a underperformed dashboard while they accessing or while they wanted to analyze about their business. So that's why the performance of a solution or a dashboard, it should be highly important while we are going to implement a Tableau solution for the organizations. So we are going to talk about this performance thing further in our session. And the next one is, there are certain things we have to choose wisely while we are going to implement a dashboard, irrespective of either it is a Tableau or any other competitive business intelligence visualization technologies or tools. So here, when it comes to the Tableau, there are a few things which are very important when we give a building at the time of building a Tableau dashboard. So out of them, the visuals are a very important one. We have to choose the right visual for a right set of data or a right set of people while they who are going to consume this. So certain visuals will be very suitable for certain type of businesses or a data set. That's why we have to be very careful when we choose a visual while we implement a dashboard or building a solution. Sometimes the user themselves, they are going to request, so we need these kind of visuals. These kind of visuals will be suitable for our businesses. So in that case, so we will go ahead and blindly follow them what they are requesting. So sometimes users may not aware about what kind of visuals they are going to use in their Tableau solution. That time we are in a position to suggest to the users to choose the right visuals for their data set. And the next one is colors. The colors of the dashboard layout and the colors which we are going to use in their views or charts or KPIs. That is also important when we building them or create them. That time you have to do some analysis from developer side as well. So what kind of colors they are frequently using their portals or their applications. Based on that, we are going to conclude ourselves like the similar colors we have to use in even our Tableau solutions as well. So that's why choosing the right colors or suitable colors for our dashboards based on the customer request or based on the analysis which we are going to do on their existing solutions or their portals. And the next one is font. So we have to choose the right font at the right place in a dashboard. So there are different categories we are going to implement in our dashboard. For example, headers or the text which we are going to use inside the view, or the numbers which we are going to show in our KPIs, or the subtotals or totals. So there are a lot of factors, a lot of things going to be involved in the dashboard. So we have to choose the right font at the right place. And the next one is the text. So Tableau is offering so many different kinds of texts available in their platform, but we have to choose the right text. It should be professional, because we are going to give a solution which will be consumable by a lot of people in the organization. Maybe sometimes their partners also accessing these dashboards. That's why we have to choose a text which will be very professional. It should be easily readable. That's why we have to choose the text which will be good for their dashboards. And the next one is images. So we won't use a lot of images in our Tableau dashboard. If some cases, sometimes we may use a few images that should be either provided by the business users. We have to use them in some places, or we have to choose the right images which will be suitable for their business from their portals itself. And there are a few more things. These are all part of again a dashboard. So here the filters it will be different places, but the filters which we are going to show in a Tableau dashboard, those will be quick filters. There are some other filters as well available at different data sources level and sheets level, but whatever the filters which we are going to show at the dashboard level, that is called quick filters. Even for the filters, there are different types available as I shown here. So we have to choose the right one which will be requested by the users, or sometimes we will suggest the suitable filters for the users, which will be more flexible to consume by them. So ultimately, again, it will be decided by business users itself. And the next one is the navigation. Here, the navigation will be different types: drill down, drill up, and drill through functionalities. Here, drill down and drill up will be handled by the hierarchies. That will be again based on the business users request. So we will create the hierarchies, and then we will place them at views level. That will be follow again into the dashboard. So they can use this hierarchies as for their drill down and the drill up purposes. Apart from these two, again we have a drill through functionality. It will navigate from one place, one dashboard to either to another dashboard, or one view to another view in the same dashboard itself. So these things will be based on the customer requests. So sometimes we may show the high level numbers at dashboard level. They wanted to see what are the underlying data, so data which looks for. So that time we will create a detailed report at different dashboard, and then we will give a navigation functionality from dashboard A to dashboard B, where the detail level reports are available. So so these things are for a navigation purpose. And apart from the actions, so there are different types of actions are there, and these actions are available at different places, sheet level and dashboard level. Mostly we do these actions at dashboard level for this drill through functionality. As I said before, sometimes a user may wanted to uh, 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 do drill to functionality from Tableau dashboard to some web pages or their internal portals. Everything will be uh, uh, these kind of things will be possible by using these actions. If you see that images, there are different kinds of actions available. We will be choosing the correct one at correct place. The last one is the parameters. Parameters like extended kind of filtering functionality sometimes. So these parameters again looks like quick filters at a dashboard level. So when we show them at a dashboard level, so there are two different types available. One is a slider and one is a typing functionality for this parameter. So some critical functionality which cannot be deal with quick filters or these actions. That time we go with parameters. As I said before at my earlier slides, the performance of a dashboard is very important factor. So here we have to, I mean, there are certain things which are not possible at dashboard, at a Tableau desktop level. So these things can be handled at Tableau server level. There are a few things I put together here in this slide. That is a published data source, and next one is security, and next one is the data source refresh, and the last one is caching. The first one we talk about the published data sources. So when we implement a Tableau data source, we highly recommend it to use Tableau extract mode. For that data source, so that will definitely boost the performance of Tableau dashboard, because this Tableau data extract will create a snapshot of a data set in their Tableau platform. So when we try to access the dashboard, it won't keep on going to the underlying data source. Either it will be a flat file or RDBMS technology, or like Oracle or SQL Server. So it will again multiple layers involved. That's why the performance of a dashboard will be little degrade. So that's why we highly recommend it to use Tableau extract. It will boost up the performance of a dashboard. So once we publish the workbook, so what we do, we highly recommend it to publish a separate data source and give access to the users, so that the users will be able to do their own ad hoc analysis by using this published data source without disturbing our existing solution. The next one is security. So here security is different types again. So we have authentication and authorization, two different things involved here. So the security of objects at a Tableau server level, it will be at multiple places, like for data sources, like and for our workbooks or views, everything. These all things will be not just based on the user level. It will be at role level. So we highly go with the role-based security in Tableau server. When it comes to the data level security, it extended to the security for not only at their at objects in Tableau server, it will go extended to the data which are going to access in our dashboards. So that is again the role-based one, based on the user role and their levels. The security will be implemented according to that. So nowadays there are third-party vendors like Okera. They are giving the best data level security or a role-based security for Tableau platforms. The next one is a data source refresh. So if you see the first point in the slide, when we talk about published data sources, we talk about data extracts. So as I said before, the data extract for a data source, it will be creating a static chunk of data set at a Tableau platform level. That is a static one. It won't be up to date until unless we refresh that frequently. So we have to do refreshes for those Tableau extract very frequently. That will give up to date data to the users. We cannot do that manually every single time. That's why we have to use these data source refresh schedulers that will be scheduled multiple times in a day, so that that will do these refreshes automatically and on that particular time. That will provide automatically the updated data set to the end users. So that will be definitely again, as I said before, it will boost up the performance of a dashboard without hitting the underlying data sources from the databases. And the last will be caching. The caching also important factor. So as I said before, without hitting the underlying data sources and without hitting the Tableau data extracts very frequently. So when we enable this caching, if we are frequently using the same dashboard multiple times again and again, so it will not go and hit the underlying data sources as well as the static text in the Tableau server level. It will fetch the views and everything from the caching if we are frequently using the same dashboard. That will give a better performance for the dashboard. So here I would like to talk certain things which we should avoid when we are going to implement a Tableau dashboard. Here there are certain examples I have put together here in the further slides. So if you see the very first one, this is a kind of a dashboard here. It's having a lot of information in it. As I said in the in my first slide, I mean first slide in the sense that in this dashboard layout. I mean that time I said that we have to choose or give very minimal information in the dashboard. It should not be very clumsy. It should not have more information. It's very hard to understand. Even though if you see here, this is the best example I have put together here. This has a lot of KPIs, a lot of reports in it, and along with some images. So even though these numbers is useful, are very well known for the business users, for example, it's very hard to go each and every KPI or each and every report for them to understand. It's very hard for them to understand. So that's why if we give very mean four views and their respective KPIs and the filters in one dashboard. It will be very easy to understand for them. And this is the best example for that dashboard layout. I think what we have discussed earlier. And the next one is the white spaces I wanted to talk about. So the better looking dashboard should not have the white spaces the way it has been here. It should be well designed, and it should not have white spaces here and there. A proper well-designed Tableau dashboard solution will have proper views in it, and then those will be arranged accordingly without having the white spaces. And if you see the very first bar here, so the marks and the numbers which are overlapped with a bar and their color. So it's very hard to read and hard to check the numbers when we open a dashboard. So we have to be very careful. I mean, when we show the marks in any of the view, that should be easily readable. We have to avoid these kind of things in our dashboard while we implement it. This is one more thing. So you see this, I have 3 different dashboard pages here, and as I said before, these things having a lot of white spaces in it. And if you see in the first one, the colors they have used, it's one is a bright color, one is a light color, and even the text, whatever it is there, it is hardly readable. That's why I said before in my third slide, when we talk about the colors, you have to choose the right colors and the right text and the right font. So when we create a views or a dashboard, so we should be avoid these kind of things, and the pixels and the font and the text should be easily understandable by the user. And if you go and see the second image, you see that there is no view in it, even though it has a x-axis and y-axis in it. There is no line or a graph or any scatter plot here. It has just one text here and there overlapping with the bar with the graph, and the text, whatever it is there, it is not even arranged properly. So these are not advisable to anybody who is going to implement Tableau solution in it. So yeah, so these are the few examples I have put together. I would like to show whatever we have developed in our in-house Infofiscus solution. I would like to share some of the examples how the Tableau dashboard should be, and how a well-designed Tableau dashboard should be. So if you see here, this is one of our well-designed Tableau dashboard as part of our Infofiscus program. You see this, these colors are very mild and easily readable. The text is easily readable, and the KPIs, everything is put together very nicely, and the backgrounds, the contrast, what we have used is very nice. That's what I feel. If you see anybody by looking at this, it's the colors and the fonts and the graphs, whatever they have put together, it's beautiful. So this is one more example in our Infofiscus. You see this here we have used the five views and five graphs. But again, I said it's sometimes we have to extend the number of views in a dashboard based on the user request. This is one more example, very nicely done by our team. And again, this is one more. Yes, thank you. And we have come to the end of the webinar. Thank you for attending today's webinar. We would like to know what's your thoughts on this webinar. We encourage you to connect with us on our social media platforms. If you have any additional questions, you can contact us by email. We are happy to provide additional support. Thank you for your attention and see you soon.